What's up, guys? Today we're gonna work on a 2018 Hyundai Elantra Sport. What we're gonna be doing, we already actually did the front rotors and painted the calipers in the front. We're gonna be doing that to the back, and I'm gonna show you how to take apart the calipers and all that. Stay tuned. Okay, so we'll start with the bolts in the back holding the caliper bracket, the caliper to the caliper bracket. So you just grab your socket, lefty, that's the other way. Loosen that up. And there's another one in the bottom, which I cannot get to. So what we're gonna do, take off the bolt of this one and swing open the caliper. That's not going to plan. Okay, so you start off by taking off this bolt right here, and there's another one back here. For this application, make sure you turn off the handbrake. If not, the caliper won't come loose. Then you just pull the caliper out, wiggle it out carefully. And there you go. Calipers out. Okay, once you take off the two bolts that are holding the caliper in, try to move the caliper out of the way and focus on the caliper bracket, which is going to be on the rotor. You take off two bolts that are holding it in. Actually, they're on here. Those two bolts in the back, and the whole bracket comes off. The caliper is loose. Up next, take the rotor off. You gotta get the two screws they have to be able to take out the rotor. Not all rotors have these screws, but some do. Alright, once you take out those screws, the rotor is loose. Sometimes it'll be stuck in there because of the rust. Just hammer it out. Hit the sides a couple times and it should pop out. And now the rotor's ready to be removed. Once you put on the new rotor, make sure you hit it with brake cleaner, so it could clean up with the residue that it brings during shipping, so it does not rust. And mount them on, put in the screws, and then move on to the pads on the brake bracket. You should start by removing the old ones and the old brackets, these little brackets here, and use the ones provided with the new ceramic pads. And it's basically, you put them on the way they are. Alright guys, okay, for this certain car that has the emergency brake attached to the caliper, you have to use a special tool. You see like little ridges there on the piston? You need this tool, see the little pivots, to grab onto the piston and actually push it in. You cannot use a regular piston pusher thing for it. You have to use it. Yeah, the piston collapser, whatever it's called. So for this, especially this car is a 2017, 2018, 1920 Elantra, Hyundai Elantra. They use this special tool to be able to collapse the piston. Other cars that do not have that emergency brake system attached to the caliper, you could use a regular piston collapser. So now after we're done with that, collapsing the piston, once the rotor is in, make sure you put in the pads sitting properly. You attach the caliper and put in the 2 bolts, and I'll be with you right now. Alright guys, here is the finished product. I did this side a time lapse so you can see everything from the beginning, as to the other side was step by step. But to re-mention, make sure you take off these and put them back on properly. This was actually holds the rotor for certain models. For emergency brake calipers, the ones that have the emergency brake in the back connected, make sure you have that tool. If not, you won't be able to collapse the piston to be able to put it on the new rotors. Also, make sure when you align the piston, make sure it aligns to the 2 little dots there. If not, again, it won't sit properly. And last but not least, you know, I retouched the already painted caliper before. After cleaning it, it still had some stains, some chips, so we just retouched it with a simple brush and the same paint we used. Did a little touch up. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Comment below on things you would like to see in the future in this channel. From oil changes to brake jobs to anything custom made. Let us know and we could try to make that video for you guys. Please follow and subscribe to our Instagram and YouTube channel to help us grow. Thank you.